I'm in Shenandoah National Park, and this is US Route 211. Down that way is Sperryville, Virginia. And up this way, a couple more miles, is the goes over the mountain at Thornton Gap. There's my little red car. And what I'm going to do today, this is going to be a short bushwhack hike. I haven't been out here for a while because I was sick, but now I'm feeling better, so I'm going to try a short 1 or 2 miler bushwhack up here. Going to go up here to this hairpin turn and keep going straight up the Pass Mountain Trail for a short distance, and we'll see if we can find some old homesteads up here. The elevation here is 1425. Okay, I'm up to the hairpin turn. Here's the hairpin turn right there. I'm parked down that way a little ways around the bend. And here's the trailhead for Pass Mountain Trail, which used to be an old road. So we're going to follow this up a little ways, and then I'm going to start looking for a branch of this that went to the left and crossed over the headwaters of Thornton River up here. Well, I'm just a short distance up this Pass Mountain Trail up to this backcountry sign. Down there's a hairpin turn, and behind this sign I'm already seeing rocks piled up like a branch of the road over that way. So I'm gonna jump off Pass Mountain Trail here and follow those rock piles and see if they cross the Thornton River down here. There you go. Starting to look like an old road. And up there's Pass Mountain Trail, which is where everybody goes nowadays. But me, I'm going this way. Two-tenths of a mile into my hike. The elevation is 1440. Here's the headwaters of the Thornton River. There's the road right there. Maybe you can see the rocks. And looks like it went across at an angle. I think I see a huge ditch up that way with rocks piled up. So that's probably what's left of the road over there. So let me see if I can find a place to get across the river here without falling in. Okay, well, I've managed to get across the river here. A couple different branches coming down here. And here's the continuation of the road. The mountain's getting a little steeper on this side, so the road's a lot more eroded. So, gosh, it's probably about a 6-foot deep ditch at this point, but it came down through here and shot across over there and continued on down to where US 211 is. And then up there is the modern day Pass Mountain Trail heading on up the side of the mountain that way. So I'm going to follow this on up, looking for a homestead up this way. 3/10 of a mile into my hike, I'm up to 1490. And the road's right there. I climbed out of the ditch to come over here and take a look at this. This is what's left of a stone wall. Stacked stone wall goes down there for quite a ways. I'll mark the location, and then right next to it, here's a pile of rocks, and right there's another pile of rocks. So I'm guessing this might have been on one of the property boundaries right here. I'll mark the location, and when I get home I'll compare it to the Shenandoah land records. Four-tenths of a mile into my hike, I'm up to 1,510 feet. I'm within about 500 feet of one of the old homestead locations per 1929 map, and I stopped here to record these rock piles. There's a rock pile there. Yeah, here's one here. Oh, there's one right there also. One here. Another rock pile there, and behind me another rock pile. So this could have been the homestead location, and the old map's just off by 500 feet, not sure. But I'm going to go up here to the exact spot per the 1929 map and see if I see anything else. If not, I'll get back down into the ditch here, because it looks like this road crosses the stream again up here a little ways. Five-tenths of a mile into my hike, I'm up to 1,500 feet. And this looks like could have been a driveway going up to the homestead. Let's see, I'm within about 200 feet of the location. The road's right down there. I climbed out of the ditch because I saw this. And this road or driveway peels off to the left. You can see rocks at the bottom up there, rocks at the top. And then it continues on up on an uphill slant that way. So I'll mark this location also. I think I'll call it driveway number 1. Seven-tenths of a mile into my hike, I'm at 1,500 feet. Over here somewhere is the exact location from the 1929 map. I think that's a little off. I think that place down there where I found all those rocks a few hundred feet further down was the actual location, because up here it's starting to get steep and I don't see much of anything up this way. Now, the second homestead location I was interested in is over here on the other side of the headwaters. So I'm going to, this looks like a good spot to cross right here. So I'm going to cross over here. I hear a lot more water though. I may have to cross again. And I'm within about 500 feet of the second homestead. So let's go over here and see if I can find anything over here. Well, yeah, here's the main branch. I thought I heard more water. A nice lot of rocks here. I should be able to find something to cross over on down there. So let's see if we can get across this side. I couldn't find the spot where the road crossed over, but now that I've crossed over, I can see it on this side. And you can see they armored up this side right here. So I think this is a driveway heading up to the house. And there's some big rock piles right there. I'll get pictures of them too. We're getting close. Well, there's some fenders from an old car or truck. The stream's right over there, and the driveway is right behind the fenders. And then over here is one rock pile, 2 rock piles, 3 rock piles, and 4 rock piles, and there might be another one back there. So 4 or 5 rock piles right here. So I'll mark this location. This might be the location where the house was, because we're getting pretty close to the steep part of the mountain. This area is fairly flat. This is about 270 feet from the 1929 map, so I'm going to mark this. This might be it right here with all these rock piles. More rock piles in the same general area. There's one there. There's one there. Another one there. I see more of them up this way. Let's go up this way. Lots of rock piles here. This has to be where the homestead was. I'm climbing the mountain very slightly. There's another big old rock pile. And I see some more here. Some kind of rusted out item there. We'll get a picture of that. And over here on this side, this is really interesting. Look how that's part of some kind of wall somebody built over there on that side. That's pretty interesting. We'll get some shots of that too. Oh, another rock pile up there. Here's a little bit closer shot of the wall. It looks like it could be maybe about 6 feet high in the tallest spots, and it goes on down. Here, these are the headwaters of the Thornton River, and the elevation here is 1,520 feet, heading on down towards US 211 down that way. Well, this looks like about the end of the rock piles. It ends about where that big wall ends, across the stream. I don't see any more rock piles up this way. So I'm going to mark this one as being maybe the end of the rock piles. Nine-tenths of a mile into my hike, I've been wandering around here, homestead number 2. The elevation here is 1,540. And I'm within about 100 feet of the old 1929 location, and look, here's another rock wall. I'm going to call this wall number 2. And right behind me, right there, the mountain is darn near vertical. So there's probably not anything further back. This area here is nice and flat, but back there it's like more than a 45-degree slope. It just goes way up. So they would have built it down here where it's flat. And right next to the right next to the wall is this old rusted out pail. I'll get a still photo of that too. .2 miles into my hike. Been bushwhacking back to the Pass Mountain Trail. That's where I came from. Back up in there's where the homesteads were. And I bushwhacked my way over here. This is the main trail. They call it Pass Mountain Trail. It's actually an old road. So I'm going to head on down this way back down to US 211 and my car. This is a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Thornton Gap, 1994. And this was a bushwhack hike in this area here, looking for a couple of old homesteads. This red line here is US Route 211. Coming up the side of the mountain, down here is Sperryville. Here's the top of the mountain at Thornton Gap. And about halfway up, there is this hairpin turn. You park right here, just below the hairpin turn. And you come up to here. This says Turnbridge Trail, but they've renamed this to Pass Mountain Trail. You'll see a trailhead right here. Now, as soon as I got on the trail, though, I started looking to the left for traces of an old road. I'll show you an old map here in a minute. The old road came off like this. It crossed over the stream, and then I followed the old road up here to approximately location number 1 here, and found rock piles and a driveway and the remains of a stacked stone fence. Then I crossed over the stream and I investigated this area here, Homestead number 2. I found a lot of rock piles here, some old artifacts like rusted pots and pails, a couple of fenders from an old car or a truck, and what I think was the foundation to the house. Instead of going back the same way I came, I decided just to do a pure bushwhack back over to here to point number 4. I was looking for another structure here, but I didn't find anything. So then finally got back up here on Pass Mountain Trail and back to my car. Originally I was going to hike all the way up here to point 3, but after I got to here I decided it was kind of rough going. I decided to cut the hike short and cross over and search for this point over here. Now, I got these locations from a much older map. This is Stony Man 1929, so this map's almost 100 years ago. Here's the hairpin turn right there, and you'll see they show it as a dotted line. They show the road coming up like this, which is the way you see it on the present day map, but it also has a veers off to the left, crosses the stream here at point 5, and then it shows a dwelling here at point 1, and there's point 2, and way up here's point 3 that I didn't investigate that one. So that's what that looked like in 1929. This is a picture of the track numbers and the track boundaries from the Shenandoah National Park records. Right here's the hairpin turn, and I dotted in the approximate path of the road up like this. Now in this first location I found a rock wall, piles of rocks, found a driveway about here, then I crossed over, found a lot of rock piles from starting about here and ending about here, and then up here I found what looked like the foundation to the house because it had a right angle up here. Okay, and then bushwhack back like that. Now this location right here is in tract number 142, Britton Atkins. Now the park also has a picture of what that house looked like. This is Britton Atkins' house, tract number 142. And here's a picture of the house. You can see that it had a stone foundation. Okay. Ended up being a short hike, 1.5 miles, and a total ascent 488 feet. And that was the hike for today.